To the occasion. It's been some mistakes, but there's been a lot of great reporting. The real effects of his rhetoric are felt overseas. It's kind of like a hurricane that sits right offshore, just churns the water and erodes the sand.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen right away. It takes time for the effects. But when the hurricane passes, the sun comes out, you see there's no more beach, and you realize everybody suffers. That is kind of what his rhetoric does. It's a slow-acting sort of erosion that causes damage to the press.
Yeah. Why do you think Lesley Stahl held up to that?
I have a theory about that.
Oh, good.
It's kind of cynical, though.
All right.
So let me tell you. So Lesley Stahl has the first interview, as you mentioned, post-election. Then 60 Minutes doesn't get another interview for over a year. They were in negotiations with the White House, trying to get Trump to sit down. Obama did a 60 Minutes interview pretty much every year. So they had high expectations. They thought Trump would agree to an interview last fall. He never did. Now it's been 18 months. I think maybe they've given up. Maybe they think, you know what, so what? Now we're going to tell what happened.
So you think they were holding it because they were hoping to get more access to him?
That's
and that
a guess.
Complicated that.
I have to admit, it's only a guess, but it's an educated guess, having covered 60 Minutes and covered this world for a while. I think that's possible that, you know, she felt there was no reason at this point not to share what she experienced in that private meeting. But I agree with a lot of people who have said, wait a second, why didn't you tell us about this 18 months ago?
She's a journalist. It had to have, you know, thrown up red flags in her mind, raised her own sort of the hairs on her arm. You know, that's basically chilling to her very existence.
Yes, you would think so, and I'm glad, you know, I guess better late than never. This is one of those cases, better late than never.
So President Trump's favorite attribute in someone appears to be their willingness to go out and lie on his behalf. Listen to him talk about Kellyanne Conway last night.
She is some fighter. She'll do the shows that nobody else dares go near. I'll say, do this one or that one. No problem, sir. Others say, sir, do you think I could take a pass, please? I beg you, please. Great going, Kellyanne. Thank you. What a help. What a help.
What a help, what a help. I mean, she'll go anywhere. She'll, you know, deliver the president's talking points, true or not. That's a quality he really seems to admire in someone, this loyalty to him and not to the truth.
She was willing to come on my corner of CNN.
Oh, I saw that interview. It was phenomenal.
We had 20 minutes. What I was trying to get at with Conway, and I admit, sometimes the non-answers are more important than the answers.
Yeah.
When you're interviewing a White House aide, you're not always trying to get, well, you'd like to get answers, but if you can't get answers, the non-answers, the spin, the deflection is sometimes more informative. And I think that's definitely true with Conway. What I was trying to get at with her, and what I think is a theme in the last 18 months, is where's the president getting his information? What are his sources of information? That's always interesting for every president, but it's especially true now because this president gets information from conspiratorial corners of the web and cable news. So that's what I was trying to get at. I don't think I got an answer, but even the deflection, the attempt to say, just look at his achievements, look at his achievements, that's all that matters.
Over and over and over again.
It's revealing in and of itself because it's suggesting to the audience, hey, you should accept his lies and conspiracy theories and spin because the economy is doing well. That's the argument they're making. That's the trade-off they want voters to make.
Quickly before we go, for the second consecutive day, the EPA is barring journalists from select news outlets, including CNN, for attending a national summit to sort of, I guess, protect embattled EPA Administrator Scott Pruitt. When are people going to get sufficiently outraged over that?
Pruitt's the subject of a dozen probes, almost a dozen probes by ethics watchdogs and congressional investigators. He's the kind of guy we need more sunlight on, not less. There's always a tug of war, of course, between the government and the media. It's always true, but Trump's not making it any easier. He's making it worse. He's shutting the door in even more cases. And this issue with Pruitt is symbolic of issues with access throughout the federal government.
Brian, thank you so much for coming on, as always. Appreciate it.